All right. So, my apologies. Very short notice. I think I gave a 1 or 2 minute notification. It was either that or nothing because I have to get out of here at a certain time. Very busy week. Seemed like it's moving in fast motion. But I'm going to try to cram as much into about an hour as possible. So this stream will be very random. Very random. I didn't have time to really dissect any of the stories. So bear with me. Now, I'm going to need help translating this. And this was in India, if possible. Now, this is only a 52-second video, but there was a lot said in this 52 seconds. Y'all remember that story I shared in the most recent live stream where the woman's dog bit this boy inside of an elevator? Well, apparently she was confronted by the father of that boy, and he recorded her and he had some words with her, and I would love to know what was said in this video. Now I'm going to go ahead and play it. If anyone knows or understands the language that is being spoken, if you would help us out, that would be very much appreciated.
ये लेडी बेसमेंट में कुत्ते को घुमा रही है B2 में। मेरे बेटे को काटा है इस कुत्ते ने और ये लेडी अपना फ्लैट नंबर नहीं बता रही है, ठीक है, और बदतमीजी कर रही है। कह रही मेरे पति से बात कर लो, कह रही है जाहिल हो, पागल हो, गवार हो, मेरे पीछे क्यों आ रहे हो, लेडी से बात करने के मैनर्स नहीं है, मेरे बच्चे को काटा इसने, और इसको इस लेडी को इतनी अक्ल नहीं है, ये B2 में पॉटी कराने लेकर के आई है इसको।
Yeah.
ये लेडी बेसमेंट में कुत्ते को घुमा रही है B2 में। मेरे बेटे को काटा है इस कुत्ते ने।
I don't know what he's saying, but I feel his energy. I am with him. Say that, man.
और ये लेडी अपना फ्लैट नंबर नहीं बता रही है, ठीक है, और बदतमीजी कर रही है। कह रही मेरे
Okay, that's just a replay. So it's not even 52 seconds long. You know, it's more like 30 seconds. If anybody knows what was said. Now, you know what? It might actually be in the comment section somewhere. I really want to know what he said. But you could feel his anger. Rightfully so. And this is how it should be done. These people feel like they can get away with allowing their dogs to violate anyone, even children. And we have to hold these people accountable. We cannot let any opportunity pass us by. Do not ignore the nutter inside of Walmart, Kroger, or anywhere. Do not ignore the nutter who is in there with their mutt. Quite often they like to put the dog inside of the shopping cart, and you really have to be a filthy, nasty, disgusting person to do something like that, knowing full well that people set their food inside of those baskets, and you're gonna let your dog put its bare anus inside of a shopping cart. People, you have to call that out right then and there. If you don't want to confront that nutter, and you don't have to, because you already have a sign that they're flipping crazy, go directly to management, customer service, and you point it out. Because people, they're not allowed to do that. Even if it's a service dog. Service dogs are not allowed to be inside of shopping carts. You know, these people, quite often, they're not that bright, and they figure as long as it has a service jacket on, something they ordered online that's fake, they'll still be dumb enough to then put the dog inside of the shopping cart with the jacket. That'll let you know right there it's not a real service dog. Call these people out on the spot, and you put pressure on the store, because they can get in trouble by the health department allowing people to come in there with dogs period. They don't want that. Trust me. When I called the manager of Kroger, he was extra apologetic. And I think it was because he saw that I plastered those photos all over the internet. Okay, that's a massive violation. So I hope somebody will be able to translate this. This looked like a very positive, constructive moment in time where this man stood up for his son. Told y'all, being a dog nutter, quite often it's almost required that you are very inconsiderate. It is required. Not almost, it is. As soon as they purchase a dog, they are practicing being inconsiderate to other people. And once they do it once, they have no problem doing it over and over in several different types of ways. And that is why you see them, behaving as if they are entitled to violate any and everyone. No, they're not. Again, you got a mutt inside a shopping cart. Understand and point this out to them. This is what I pointed out to that manager. I said, I'm allergic to dogs. So what if I go to get a shopping cart and your shopping cart got dog hair in it, triggers an allergic reaction? I have an asthma attack. That's a lawsuit. Sometimes you have to remind these companies, these stores, because a lot of them are dog nutters and they're totally oblivious to the violation that they're permitting. Now, shout out to someone who shared this with me on Twitter. This is another breaking attack. And if I'm not mistaken, I think it took place in India. Is that right? Days after inside the housing. Okay. Now, this guy, the owner is present. Isn't that right, behaviorists? Let's look at this. All right, behaviorists. All right, veterinarians. All right, experts. It looks like this dog attacked this man for absolutely no reason. That's exactly what happened. And this is how attacks happen. People literally never do anything to provoke dogs. Because dogs are so dysfunctional and mutated, they will attack just to attack. Don't tell me that there's always a reason. Now, this man had this dog by the collar. Now, this is your supervision. Are you behaviorists? Oh, as long as there's supervision there, you'll be safe. This could have been a child. How effective was this owner at preventing an attack? This is not even a leash. He literally has the dog by the neck. This is the most level or amount of restraint you could possibly demonstrate with a dog is to have it by its collar, by its neck. And this bumbling idiot, as always, with all of these nutters, are completely unable to stop an attack. This is why I say, now, if this man was in danger, don't you think a child is in danger who's on camera alone with a dog? But these nutters will say, oh, well, there's supervision there, so it's not endangerment. It's safe. There's no safe way to be in the presence of a dog unless it's muzzled. And even that's not safe. It could still pounce on you, getting all types of germs and bacteria all over you. There's no safe way to have a dog in your home, in the vicinity. And anybody who has a child or children inside of a home and you have dogs in there or one dog, you are guilty. You're breaking the law. You're guilty of reckless endangerment. Period. So go ahead and have at it, behaviorists. You love to brag, walk around with your chest out, your nose in the air, think you know so much. But yet everything you say gets debunked by actual footage and actual reports. Where was the warning signs that it was about to attack? Don't they say, well, dog always gives warning signs? Don't they say that the dog's ears will be laid backwards? Where was that with this dog? His ears pointed straight up. And this man knew that dog was going to try to attack him. He saw it as soon as the dog looked over at him. For absolutely no reason. No warning signs. None. Now, some of you behaviorists might say, well, yeah, I saw the warning signs. Yeah, I saw it. For those of you who saw the warning signs, tell me why the owner couldn't prevent it. The owner saw it. It's when the dog looked over at him, because that's when this man reacted. When the dog looked at him like that. And you got this idiot. And they expect you to trust these buffoons. Oh, if the owner's there, that's adequate protection. You're safe. This is why these people, they don't deserve to live among civilized people. They don't. They're uncivilized. They need to be on an island to themselves where they can live like wild animals and savages, where they can live like dogs. Right now, they've been given the right to live like a dog amongst civilized people. Allowed to bring their filthy, deranged dogs into society and into everywhere in society. That needs to stop. So no warning signs, no trigger, no nothing. What are they going to say? Well, the guy was looking at the dog. And the dog was looking at him. Just like dogs always do. You know how they say, oh, don't look at dogs. Why do they say that? Because they know the dog is sitting there staring at you. So it can look at you, but you can't look at it. The dog's sitting there staring at you because it's trying to dominate you. It's trying to challenge you. And during that moment, oh, you're not supposed to look at him. They want to teach us that we need to behave like terrorized individuals at all times in order to prevent a dog from attacking us. And the first thing that these lunatics do when they acquire one of these worthless mutants, the first thing they want to do is find a child, usually their own, to bring around it and to actually leave alone. You want to find a child somewhere to teach the child to hug and rub and pet on it. Something that behaves like this. Don't act confused like you don't know why channels like this exist. A lot of you nutters come here and you want to talk about, oh, I can't believe a channel like this exists. Yeah, you just mad because we finally noticed how deranged you are, how abnormal you are. And look, all of this obsession with dogs, wanting to kiss them and let them lick on you and let them sleep in your bed and all this kind of stuff. This is all sexual behavior. This is all zoonotic behavior. Zoophile behavior, excuse me. All of it is sexual, whether it be a man or a woman. Because, like I said, you run into a single person who owns a dog, and especially if it's the opposite gender, you should assume that they are extremely intimate with that dog every single time. Wow. Okay. Now let's move on to some other recent nuttery. Big shout out to everybody able to join me. Again, my apologies. This is a very random live stream. I'm working on a limited time frame, and I have to get this over with in a brief amount of time. Big shout out to everybody. Always enjoy spending time with you all. Financial Mirror. Dog ownership law tightened after stray attack. Okay, now, again, this is very random. I haven't even proofread any of these articles yet. I just saw the title, thought it was a good title, and pulled it up. Authorities are toughening laws on dog ownership to clamp down on dog abandonment, they wrote pet, and reduce the number of strays on the island. Now, what island is this? Okay, what island is this? I'd like to know. Did they even say? A bill approved the cabinet comes with a week after an 8-year-old child was seriously injured in an attack. I don't care. In Limassol. Where's that? Big shout out to Limassol. This is glorious stuff right here. Where somebody, some group of people somewhere, hopefully hearing our message and can feel our energy and understand, this is in Cyprus, understand how backwards this behavior is, understand that promoting dog, especially pit bulls in society, you are dead set against nature itself, and you are failing to practice the most basic function of any living organism, and that is to do whatever you have to do to protect your young. People, you do not violate such a basic instinct, not just for humans, but for all living organisms. Insects, mammals, other animals, they will kill you if they even think you're about to do something to their young. When they see a predator, a dog, from afar, they take action. And they would never bring a dog around their youth. That is the most backwards, subhuman, disgusting, evil, wicked thing you could ever do in your life. And it's good to see people are waking up to that. That's how you honor the 8-year-old child victim. It's supposed to be your job, natural job, to keep predators away from them. Your children are not predators. They are prey. Can't even communicate with these things. Can't even use language to gauge their mentality. Have no idea whether or not they're going to. At least if it was a human, you could get signs. We usually give signs before we attack. That is so, oh man, I'm disgusted. Disgusted by this dog nutter culture. The bill amends the national dog law, clarifying the responsibilities of both the authorities involved. Okay. Now, okay, it's not that long. Thought to be around 200,000 stray dogs in Cyprus. Okay, so this is a community full of stray dogs. All countries like that, y'all need to get rid of those things. Cull them all. Cull them all. If you don't get rid of these dogs, then you are basically saying that the dogs are more important than your own children, because you're going to sacrifice their safety for the dogs when you need to be sacrificing the dogs. Nobody should have to tell us to do this. It's natural instinct. This surfaced September 8th, surfaced today. I'll go ahead and leave a link so y'all can check it out in the chat room. Hope y'all having a fabulous Thursday. One more work day and another weekend is upon us. Hope you're staying safe, clean, armed, ready for anything. No end to stray dog menace in Kerala. 26 people bitten across the state. This surfaced today. Of course, we are well aware of this. Attacks increasing all over the world. All over the world. They have laws to protect stray dogs. What? 8 people, including a child, were bitten by stray dogs in the capital. I believe this is in India. They're long overdue for a culling. Get rid of these things. Rottweilers at the center of legal battle after 2019 attack get a second chance. I remember reporting on this. After nearly 3 years, the fate of 2 Rottweilers that viciously attacked a man in the fall of 2019 and were the subject of an extended legal battle while they remain in custody has been decided. Instead of euthanizing these mutants, they will be allowed to live out their natural lives in South Carolina. So a victory followed by a failure. This is horrible, horrible stuff. Y'all remember? They talked about 2 Rottweilers. They called the Rottweilers Chloe and King. Y'all remember that? Figure the names of these mutants might ring a bell. 3 years? 3 years of what? Deliberating? See how they treat dogs like humans? Have them waiting around rather than killing them on the spot. They'll kill any other animal on the spot. Let a cougar, mountain lion, break in, kill somebody. It's getting killed on the spot. There won't be no allowing it to live for 3 years. No, they want to waste our money, keeping these things alive, feeding them, get rid of them. That's horrible news. Story surfaced yesterday. Pit bull stabbed to death in Monterey County. Owner cited. Well, this sounds like self-defense. Dog fight ended, one of the dogs being stabbed to death, and its owner was issued a citation. How about that? For all my people, crusaders out there who carry knives, that's promising. It always feels good when you see your weapon of choice being effective against a large killer that wants to kill you and attack you for no reason, as always. The devilish demonic mutants can be neutralized with a knife. And no matter what, even if you carry a gun, carry a knife too. The gun might jam. Anything could happen. Carry as many items of protection as possible. Because these people, these owners, they can't control these dogs. Y'all remember I said that you may as well treat the dog as if it's off leash. If you see a dog tied to a leash and an owner right there, I don't care how big they are. These doofus people can't control these mutants. So a mutt got stabbed to death. Oh well. Sounds like self-defense. Sounds like that was possibly justified. Leave a link in the chat room. Scarred for life. Pit bull attack leaves 11-year-old boy with 150 stitches across his face. This article surfaced today. What does 150 stitches on your face even look like? And I don't like the way they tell these stories as if it's something new. This is the norm. Just another sacrifice. The incident invited angry reactions and outrage from residents of the area. Some of them demanded dog owners to tape their dog's mouth before bringing them into public spaces. Why isn't it even mandatory that you have a muzzle on a pit bull in all states? If you bring them out, this is what I'm talking about, how there are not even small regulations on these things because they want attacks to happen. There's no excuse for not requiring that everybody have a muzzle, at least on pit bulls. It's so reckless, man. And when you find out that over half of all attack victims are children, you have no excuse. This is a very evil government, people. This world is being run by the most evil people that your mind could possibly imagine. And it blows my mind. Even though I've been researching this stuff for years, it still blows my mind. Because it's so unnatural. It's so unnatural. Even after this killer demonstrates how efficient of a killer it is and that it prefers to kill and attack your babies, infants, newborns, toddlers, and y'all still not only allow them in society, but you promote them as the best friends of kids, you notice are sick. In a horrific incident, dog attack occurred last week. 11-year-old boy mauled by a pit bull, leaving child scarred in the face. Of course, for life. What are we talking about here? Now, what is this? Okay, I'm going to try to be careful with this. Okay, you can't really see it. But what you do see is adults running away. You see how people backed up? Whoever this is, they backed up. This person walked away. Even more reason they should be illegal. People are terrorized of them. It would be different if anyone could easily neutralize these things. People are not even dumb enough to try. People see a child, 11-year-old, being attacked by a dog. First thing they want to do is get away because they don't want it to attack them. Y'all want to play games, glorify these things, and get off when you see them alone with kids. You nutters are sick. You're sick. So this boy is not able to talk. In fact, this is on Twitter. Let me go ahead and retweet this. Horrible. Horrible stuff. They just want to report that it happened, rather than report the new laws about to be put in place as a result. So pathetic. Nations full of adults. When something like this happens, all they can do is say, "Oh, wow, look what happened. Oh, horror, horror," as an 11-year-old scarred for life. Isn't that terrible? And that's all the adults ever do. "Oh my God, that was so heartbreaking. You nutter. Get out of here." So irresponsible and childlike, these people. No integrity, no dignity, no nothing. Horrible stuff. Did I forget to share that? I think I forgot to share it. Sorry about that. Boy, oh boy. This surfaced today. 4 people arrested at a hospital after a dog attack. 4 people. So this dog whooped 4 people. That tells you how dangerous they are. But it's okay. You want to leave one alone with a baby, a toddler, and then upload that photo to social media and brag about it? Go ahead. Man, oh man. It shouldn't be this hard to convince people that they are engaged in insane behavior. In behavior like this. It's unbelievable. So I retweeted that. And I'm going to go ahead and share it in the chat room. Again, my apologies. I have to move fast because I have to be somewhere very, very soon. Crazy how much news surfaces in such a short period of time. What I only took 1 day. I believe I only took 1 day off. And already, look, now check this out. Owners of dog beaten with a wrench call for justice. Well, I wonder why someone would beat this mutt with a wrench. Let's hear about it, shall we? Let's go full screen. Let's go to YouTube and go full screen with this one. Now, right away, I assume this dog was beaten in self-defense. Someone was defending themselves.
The owners of a dog allegedly beaten with a wrench in Jamestown this week are calling for justice. and hope the man accused in this attack never owns a pet, ever again. Our Alyssa Wright spoke exclusively with the owners following the attack. We warn you, some of the images in this story might be graphic for some viewers. Discretion is advised.
The pit bull named Kovu was allegedly struck in the head and...
Pit bull. And look how the photos they choose. Oh, it's innocent victims, so harmless.
Faced multiple times with a wrench by Gregory Roser after Kovu got into a fight with his own dog. Now, the pit's owners are seeking justice.
He is a very, very friendly, nice, loving pit bull. One of the most loving pit bulls I've seen around here.
Wait, what? Now the man got in a fight with its own dog? So this was his dog?
And actually, since I've moved here, I've been chased by a couple of pit bulls who were nowhere near as friendly as my pit bull has been trained to be.
The owners attest to...
And that's the owner you just heard talking. These are dangerous people. Very dangerous people. Now, I don't get this story. Did I miss something?
Kovu's temperament, saying he has never been aggressive towards anyone or any other dog.
The only time I've ever seen him get aggressive.
You see how low IQ people believe that because they've never seen the dog be aggressive, that somehow guarantees it will never be aggressive in the future? This is a low IQ thing. We can say that without being sarcastic because of all the stories and reports we've heard like this. This is the usual narrative, almost exclusively. When these things attack, the owners always say the same thing this guy said. But because his IQ is so low, he thinks that this is some type of relevant, intelligent statement.
Was towards a cat, and that's because, of course, cats and dogs probably wouldn't get along because that's just how they are.
Tuesday afternoon when the attack...
Okay. That's just how they are. No, you mean dogs attack cats on sight.
Attack occurred. Scott said he had just left Kovu outside on a leash for not even 5 minutes.
And I guess my dog has...
And this is a pit bull. Pit bulls are notoriously aggressive towards other animals. And we're supposed to believe this guy, that his pit bull was somehow a victim of a cat attack?
Tuesday afternoon when the attack occurred, Scott said he had just left Kovu outside on a leash for not even 5 minutes.
And I guess my dog had slipped off his collar and was up here, and before I could even know that they were like up here getting aggressive, I guess, Nate had told me that my dog literally was up in the Pearl City Cycle van, like trying to be friendly, get pet by everybody who was in there, and then I guess he turned around and this man's dog got aggressive and started growling towards my dog. So when he turned around and see what was going on, he claimed that they were fighting, and instead of breaking it up with his hander, he took a wrench and started hitting my dog in the head.
This guy said that his pit bull broke free. He said slipped out of its collar, went over to some people, and was being friendly, trying to be petted. Does that not sound like a pathological liar to you? Told you, these people, they're prolific liars. They specialize in lies. We're supposed to believe that. His friendly pit bull went over to... Let's hear that again.
Aggressive, I guess.
Let's hear that again.
Or any other dog.
The only time I've ever seen him get aggressive was towards a cat, and that's because, of course, cats and dogs probably wouldn't get along because that's just how they are.
See how he tries to share the blame with the cat? Try to make it sound like it was a mutual aggression. Other animals see pit bulls, they get aggressive because they know how pit bulls are. Just like that deer that attacked that dog. All of the animals, they know how dogs are. And they won't tolerate their presence when their young is by or near. Even when their young is not there. Animals try to exterminate dogs.
Tuesday afternoon, when the attack occurred, Scott said he had just left Kovu outside on a leash for not even 5 minutes.
And I guess my dog had slipped off his collar and was up here. And
5 seconds or 5 minutes. This dumb, nasty, goofy-looking mutant broke free, I'm sure, to attack someone, looking to find a harmless target to maul. That's what they all do. Every time a dog breaks loose, they look for somebody to attack. And that's what this dog did. And somebody wasn't having it. Another nutter just started beating it with a wrench. You want to blame them when your dog broke free?
And before I could even know that they were like up here getting aggressive, I guess, Nate had told me that my dog literally was up in the Pearl City Psycho van, like trying to be friendly, get pet by everybody who was in there.
His friend told him that that's what his dog was. Of course your friend would tell you that. Of course your friend would tell you, oh, your friendly pit bull was just in the van being friendly, trying to get petted. Get out of here.
And then I guess he turned around and this man's dog got aggressive and started growling.
And the other man's dog got aggressive. He's hearing this from one of his friends. Lying for his friend.
Dog. When he turned around and see what was going on, he claimed that they were fighting, and instead of breaking it up with
claimed that they were fighting. What do you think your pit bull broke loose to do? Didn't break loose. These things don't ever break loose and look for somebody to pet them. These nutters, see, they think we're all dumb, and they truly feel like they can run nonsense like this on people because most people accept it because they're terrified of the dog culture.
He took a wrench and started hitting my dog in the head repeatedly with it.
Kovu sustained multiple injuries, leaving open wounds on his head.
His mother immediately took him to the Havana vet. They were very busy, so they weren't able to see him inside, but they came outside. He has a very bad concussion. He's able to walk, but he has a very bad concussion. He has a blood blister on the top of his left side.
According to the pair, this is
the first. I don't want people like this living behind me, next to me, because I end up killing their dog, which will increase the chances that I have to shoot them too. I don't want to be around people like this.
First incident Rozier had with an animal. They now want the accused to lose his right to own a dog or any other pet in the future.
He said that he was going to have to put his own dog down.
Yeah, that's what he told us.
Because his own dog attacked his girlfriend.
In Jamestown, Alyssa Wright, WNY News Now.
Yeah. Okay. We believe you, buddy. We believe you. How about that? How many of you feel sorry for the poor, innocent pit bull? Dog ran from home and attacked a leash dog, then was stabbed to death. Now, is this the same story? A dog that ran out of the front door of its home and attacked a leashed dog on a walk with its owner was then fatally stabbed. It sounds like the story we just heard somewhat. Okay? When dogs break loose, if they go up to another dog, they're going up to the dog to attack. And pretty much anybody or anything that they approach, the plan is to attack. It's not to be friendly. Stop that. After officers responded to a call about a dog fight, they learned the owner of the leashed dog stabbed the other mutt with a pocket knife. How about that? How about that? Is that the story we just... My goodness. But people always stabbing and beating and shooting dogs because dogs are always trying to attack people. This is why when you find a dog injured, it's a crime to assume that somebody simply injured it just to see it in pain. That's a crime. This surfaced today too. It might have been the same one. This is crazy. So this mutt trying to bully, fight be aggressive, attack for no reason as always. Ran into a switchblade and everything went left. I'm pretty sure the dog let out some annoying screams during this stabbing. The dog planned on stabbing something else, some other living creature. That was the dog's plan. And instead, it got stabbed. You decide if that's justice or not. Okay? Sounds like justice to me. Right? So, yeah, I got to cut this short. Big shout out to everybody who's able to join me for this brief stream. Joe Maybe, We Hate Dogs in the building. Right? None. Shout out to everybody. Hope y'all having a fabulous week. Embrace. All right. Slime. Mr. Payne in the building. Right here, let me share a link to this article too. How about that? Dogs getting stabbed to death by people who are defending themselves from the dogs. Sound like justice to me. Stay safe, stay clean, stay ready. And I hope to see you all back on the next live stream as we continue with this crusade.